Okay, here's my video on student debt. I was compelled to write this or make this after seeing the hashtag outwithstudentdebt trending on YouTube over the last few years. I wrote this after paying off my loans to Sallie Mae. It was about $15,000. It wasn't a ton of money. It took a while because the interest was so low. I paid that off last. I'm doing okay now. I have a business plan that I put together with some partners a few years ago, and I'm in a much better place financially than I was for years. But I see some of what this debt problem has done to people. And when Sallie Mae asked me to comment on my student debt being paid off and how I felt about it, I wrote this instead of what they probably expected. Basically, don't go into debt for a useless, overpriced degree from a supposedly respectable four-year college or grad school or law school or for-profit school of any kind. I went to U of A in Tucson, and I had a great experience, but did I need that to become what I ended up becoming? No. Decide what you want to do and then learn how to do it some other way, either on your own by reading books or being an apprentice, volunteering, or maybe community college. But the myth that these four-year state or private universities and grad schools are necessary and worth stacking up $40,000 in debt, that is a myth that they don't mind perpetuating because obviously it helps them and society plays along. Stay out of debt. Credit cards, student loans, car payments, anything you can avoid. Imagine if after 4 years, instead of spending $60,000 on a degree that you don't really need, and let's say you paid $20,000 along the way and $40,000 of which you borrowed, imagine if you had saved and invested, and instead of owing $40,000 at the end of your experience in college, instead of owing $40,000 plus interest, you had $40,000 plus interest at your disposal. You could use that money to start a business or pay for your time to travel and explore the world and see what you want to do with your life, try out different things. Do not believe the hype. Most college education is very much overrated and unnecessary. We hire people at our company now all the time that do not have degrees, but they have specific skills, including the skill of self-motivation. College cannot really teach you that. Make no mistake, college can be good in some cases for some people, and you will have a good experience, but it is not worth being in debt to the degree that the public thinks. Also, the ridiculously disproportionate amount of respect that we bestow to those people who become lawyers and accountants or MBAs. I assure you, I know so many such people, and most of them are miserable with their profession and with their lives. But they figure they have to stick with that profession because that's what they paid for. They paid for law school. I paid to get that MBA. Take all that money and all that time and all that mental energy and explore life. Explore vocations and avocations, then zero in on something you really love to do. Follow your bliss.